A new exclusive report in Us Weekly reveals actor Denzel Washington had a heated confrontation with rapper Sean Diddy Combs at an all-night party back in 2003. Washington reportedly abruptly left with his wife telling Diddy, quote, "You don't respect anyone."
Ellen DeGeneres is saying goodbye to the USA. Multiple outlets are reporting that the comedian and wife Portia de Rossi are bidding farewell to the United States and are moving across the pond to rural England. Reports say the couple was driven to their decision after the election of Donald Trump, though had put the wheels in motion prior to Election Day. Ellen previously voiced her support for Kamala Harris.
When the devil comes at you, maybe it's because you're trying to do something right.
Oscar-winning legend Denzel Washington has just made a cryptic statement about the FBI's next target in the ongoing Diddy case. And it appears that none other than Ellen DeGeneres is now in the spotlight. The former queen of daytime TV is reportedly laying low in rural England, avoiding the chaos. This raises the question, how did Ellen get herself into such a mess? Her frustration with Donald Trump's re-election led her to famously say, "Get the hell out of the U.S." Despite this, she had already started house hunting in October before the election and eventually found a home she loved in the peaceful Cotswolds region of the UK. So why the Cotswolds in England? Well, this charming village, located about 100 miles outside of London, is a known celebrity hotspot. The Beckhams are locals and is also where another famous couple bought a farmhouse turned mansion in 2016 for around $6 million. Supermodel Kate Moss also calls the area home, and it's rumored that Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce stayed near the Beckhams during the UK leg of Swift's Eras tour, which only adds to the area's allure. For Ellen, who doesn't need to stay in the US to work, the move makes sense. With an estimated net worth of over $450 million, Ellen doesn't need to work another day in her life if she doesn't want to. Yep, you read that right. She's worth a staggering $450 million. Her decision to relocate to the UK might not just be about escaping the Diddy drama. It could also be a strategic retreat, especially if she faces any legal fallout or potential indictment. While the UK has solid extradition laws with the US, the move still gives her some breathing room to avoid deeper entanglements in the ongoing scandal. But amid all of this, the real question remains, how did Ellen let things spiral so far to the point where she needed to flee the country?
Many have speculated that A-list celebrities who have spent time with Combs over the years could be getting subpoenas even as we speak. And one of the biggest names now getting extra scrutiny is Ellen DeGeneres. So between 2006 and 2022, Combs appeared as a guest on DeGeneres' daytime talk show more than a dozen times.
17 times! I've been on the show 17 times!
And during his first appearance in 2006, Combs wasn't really shy about sharing private details.
I'm definitely a nighttime person.
Like what time do you stay up till?
I stay up till like maybe 6 in the morning. I'm back up at like 10:30, 11.
6 in the morning. What do you do every night till 6 in the morning? You don't go to clubs every night.
No, I mean, I make love a lot. And,
That's
Ellen,
my favorite answer ever.
Many clips of his guest spots have resurfaced recently, including discussions between Combs and Ellen about his infamous parties.
It'll go from like 9:30 to like maybe 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock. And then, we have the top 2 floors of the hotel.
And then it will carry on there?
Yeah. The after party.
No, I know about them.
And years later, Combs said he wanted to attend one of Ellen's parties.
I have to arrive fashionably late.
All right. Not too late, though.
Not too late?
Not too late, please.
What time would you like me there?
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
But not too late. Because, once you get there, the party really starts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I got you. I promise you, I'm not going to let you down on this big one.
All right,
For
good.
real.
Good.
Your shoes, your feet are going to have blisters. You're going to be dancing so hard.
I can't wait.
Now, the two seem to kind of dance around the apparently open secret that Combs' parties were beyond wild, with reports of drugs and multiple participants and more. And as the allegations against Combs have mounted, many have called his interviews with Ellen now creepy.
So no money on you?
I mean, it's just a little bit of money on me.
Oh, you do have money on you. Lord, have mercy. Where are you going after this? It's all 20s. Where are you going after this? What are you doing?
You know we doing what we plan to do, girl.
But I have to be clear about something. There is a difference between a wild party and something that is criminal, okay? There's a difference between having a great time and something that's an illegal freak-off. And having said that, remember when I told you about those freak-offs, right? Cassandra Ventura, as well as prosecutors, said in legal filings that people forced to participate would often have to get IV drips to recover from exhaustion and prolonged drug use. Well, in 2016, Combs appeared on stage with blue gauze around his arm and explained that he was just getting an IV drip backstage. He'd apparently arrived at the studio with it.
They said that I would have to stay. I said, no, I have to go. I said I could pull it out myself. So I walk in and I'm talking to Ellen. I have the IV and then the blood is going down. I start to panic. I go into the bathroom and I pulled it out myself and I just made it here and I love you.
I love you too.
So of course the natural question is, what was going on right before this taping? And to be very, very clear about something, Ellen DeGeneres has not been accused of anything. She is not listed in any one of the government's filings. The only reason we are talking about this now is because we are going back and looking at these old interviews, looking at these old comments, looking at these old interactions to see if potentially they could play a role in his criminal case.
She is not, and it is interesting that this is happening at a time where Ellen, as of course, there was many allegations against her and her show and her producers. Ex-staff said pretty terrible things about what was allegedly going on behind the scenes on the Ellen DeGeneres show, which was looked at as this happy, beautiful, life-changing show. So that all went down several years ago. As we know, the show ended a couple of years closer to now, and she has been so under the radar up until recently when she released a Netflix special. She's kind of calling it towards the end of her career. She's saying this is kind of like her last hurrah. She did address being quote unquote canceled in the special, and she has been on a little bit of a comedy tour the past year. But she has been laying very low over the past couple of years, which is kind of ironic that this is all resurfacing. She has not spoken out about Diddy. I can't imagine she would. I can't imagine most of these celebrities will. People that have been associated with him, such as Usher, Jennifer Lopez, Justin Bieber, of course. I can't imagine any of these people will speak up, A, because they could have been involved in something, and B, in the case of Justin Bieber, potentially there could have been instances where some of these celebrities were victims in some aspect. So I can't imagine any of these celebrities are going to speak up, and as of now, Ellen hasn't, and I don't see her doing so.
This is an impossible question.
Take a look at this tweet from Ellen DeGeneres where she wishes Diddy a happy birthday. Happy birthday, Diddy, Puff Daddy, Sean Combs, or as I call him, Cuddle MC Snuggle Stuff. Now, we definitely don't need to know the details of what Ellen was whispering to Diddy under the sheets. What we do know, however, is that the Ellen DeGeneres show had a notorious reputation for being a toxic and unstable workplace. During the 2020 PR meltdown that dragged Ellen through the mud, her former producers didn't hold back. They shared some scathing truths about the daytime TV queen, exposing the behind-the-scenes chaos as the walls started to crumble around her. The fallout from these revelations left many questioning how Ellen had let things spiral so far, and it also cast a shadow over her once untouchable public image.
This TV producer is speaking out on camera for the first time about what it was like working for Ellen DeGeneres.
Toxic, phony, hypocrite, liar. That's what she is.
Hedda Muscat was with Ellen from the beginning in 2003 when the talk show was launched.
We were told from the very beginning, don't talk to Ellen, don't do this, you can't, go into her office. It was very nerve-wracking, very stressful. We all walked on eggshells all the time.
Muscat says, despite Ellen's Queen of Nice reputation, it became clear early on that it would not be a pleasant place to work. One incident with executive producer Ed Glavin left her shaken.
We were in our production meetings, and she would watch Ed go off on people. Ellen would look at Ed, and she would laugh, because I was hoping she was going to say, Ed, you can't be yelling at crew this way. You can't be yelling at people this way. She laughed and she said, every production needs their dog.
Meaning
Ed is her dog.
Like her attack dog.
Her attack dog. So therefore, she doesn't need to do that. He took the role of being the attack dog that she didn't have to now be the attack dog. So she didn't have to yell.
So when Ellen says she's not aware of this environment, you don't think that rings true?
It's a lie.
Muscat won 2 daytime Emmys with the show. She was let go in 2004.
As a host, she's amazing. As a host. But as a boss and someone who's behind the scenes running the show, she's a different person. She's not the person people see in front of the camera.
Do you think anything will change?
No, because she should have apologized 16 years ago. This environment, this toxic culture that she created in the office has been going on for 16 years.
On Monday, the staff of The Ellen Show returned to work remotely after several weeks of summer hiatus. They're gearing up for the start of the 18th season in September. So the show will go on, and executives are assuring employees that Ellen will continue as host. Today, pop star Katy Perry became the first big name to rally around the embattled TV talk show host. I know I can't speak for anyone else's experiences besides my own, but I want to acknowledge that I have only ever had positive takeaways from my time with Ellen. I think we all have witnessed the light and continual fight for equality that she has brought to the world through her platform for decades. Comedian Kevin Hart added his support, writing on Instagram, "I have known Ellen for years, and I can honestly say that she's one of the dopest people on the planet. She has treated my family and my team with love and respect from day one."
The tragic and fairly recent death of Stephen Twitch Boss, the beloved DJ from the Ellen DeGeneres Show, just months after the show ended in May 2022, has left many questioning the official narrative. While authorities ruled it as suicide, the Twitch's friends and family were quick to push back, insisting that he, a loving husband and father to 3 young children, wasn't the type of person to take his own life. The mystery surrounding his passing has only fueled the swirling questions about Ellen's circle and the toxic environment that allegedly surrounded the show. This tragedy has cast a shadow not just on Twitch's legacy, but also on Ellen's, as it adds another layer of complexity to the controversies already linked to her show and personal life. Paranoid.
But even now, fans are still trying to wrap their heads around this tragedy. And a lot of them are still not buying the official story. Now,
yeah, guys, I never really fully grasped, how this happened. But I get it. I mean, when it comes to people doing things themselves because they're sick of, existing, a lot of the times they do kind of act like he was acting up until. Extremely positive, funny, cheery, making videos, funny dance videos, and all types of things that just exuded positivity and happiness. But in all actuality, that is obviously a mask, completely a mask, for him to do what he did.
Here's what
allegedly
we know about Stephen's passing. On Monday, December 12th, he left his home on foot and checked into the Oak Tree Inn Motel in Encino, Los Angeles. Just a quick 15-minute stroll from the house he shared with his wife Allison and their 3 children. The next day, Allison freaked out when she saw that Twitch was gone while his car was still in its place, and she ran to the local police station begging them to take Twitch's disappearance seriously. Allison told the police that something was off because Twitch never went anywhere without his car, and several officers followed Allison back to the house to look for clues about Twitch's whereabouts. But shortly after, the motel where Twitch had checked in the previous day called the police and said they found Twitch in the bathroom of his room. But despite the official ruling on the cause of death, fans had a tough time wrapping their heads around the idea that Twitch would do this because he never once shared that he was struggling with anything. And at least from the outside, he seemed like a genuinely happy person who adored his family. In fact, not too long before he passed, Twitch and Allison revealed that they were seriously considering adding another little one to the family.
Oh my God, do you miss having a newborn in the house?
I sure do.
No.
Uh-oh.
I think we would love to start trying for another one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, what? How you feel? Look, she said she missed it. How you feel?
No, listen,
Guys, here's the thing. Listen, kids are amazing once they actually are older and can speak. I would say 5 and up. Anything from 0 to 5 is completely miserable in your household, bro. I mean, you can lie and say you like that, right? But you're wrong. It's terrible. What is the point? Can we just fast forward? I would love to fast forward kids to 5 years old at least.
No, but we really do. I love the little babies. I love them, and to be quite, it's a constant conversation.
Also, Twitch
what's
and
amazing
Allison
about
celebrated their 9th wedding anniversary just 4 days before Twitch's tragic passing. And Twitch shared this sweet tribute to Allison on IG. To be clear, just because someone looks happy from the outside doesn't mean that they're not struggling in private. And depressed people are often good at masking their symptoms, even in front of their loved ones. On the other hand, a lot of people felt something seemed off about the official narrative of Twitch's passing, especially the part about this mysterious note he left in the motel room. It was initially reported in the media that no note was found at the scene, but law enforcement sources later confirmed to TMZ that Twitch left a note in which he alluded to past challenges, but they didn't disclose what kind of challenges Twitch was referring to. And even with the note and the official autopsy report, many fans are still saying there's way too much fishy business surrounding Twitch's death, and they're just not buying the idea that he would leave his family. And now that Ellen's friendship with Diddy is in the spotlight, some sources are speculating that Twitch was being blackmailed with something. Now, let me be clear. There is no proof that Twitch himself was close to Diddy or attended any of his parties.
They checked around Twitch and Allison's home looking for any clues. The 911 call from the motel had come in just shortly after Allison had contacted the cops, so that's how this all came together.
It's not a stretch to wonder if Diddy might have had a hand in Twitch's sudden death. For one, their connection traces back to Twitch's appearance on the Ellen DeGeneres show, where Diddy joined in on a game during the segment. Diddy jokingly dropped a lean about releasing the tapes. At the time, it came off as lighthearted banter, but looking back, it hits differently. This was way before either Ellen or Diddy found themselves under the microscope of public scrutiny, making you wonder, doesn't...
Aw, look at that. That's so sweet. Thank you. How come it's for Portia and not me?
Because you're going to have her wear it. And,
All right.
Yo, Ellen, we go so far back. You don't tell these people how far back we go.
I know, but I wear T-shirts. I don't know what that means. Anyway, all right. Let's...
I mean...
You roll that.
Okay.
All right.
I got this. Take two if the joke didn't work.
It's okay.
I don't want no problems.
No, it's okay.
No, hold on. Hey, so, cheers. Hey! Ellen, I heard you were sick, and look what I got you. Your boy. So whenever you get sick, you can have this.
Thank you so much. That's sweet. I probably won't wear it, but Portia would.
If that wasn't unsettling enough, there's even more controversy surrounding the death of Ellen's ex-girlfriend. A recent news report suggests that the details revealed during the initial investigation don't quite align with the findings that are now coming to light. These inconsistencies have sparked fresh speculation, painting a much darker and more complicated picture of what really went down. As new information continues to surface, questions surrounding the circumstances of the death only deepen, adding to the growing sense of intrigue and concern surrounding Ellen's personal life and the people in her inner circle.
2022, almost exactly 4 months to the day before Ellen's DJ Twitch supposedly unalived himself. And while some people were quick to dismiss this as a conspiracy theory, many others are saying it's seriously sketchy that two people who were close to Ellen for ages ended up dead in the same year.
In 1997 is when Ann met Ellen. Okay, we all know Ellen.
Have you spoken to Ann Hesh at all since her accident?
If not.
Do you want to...
We're not in touch with each other, so I wouldn't know. Now, I'm going to insert here what I heard about Ellen.
Nothing would satisfy her soul.
What was your reaction to the toxic workplace controversy?
I felt that it was in the hands of the people who needed to speak their truth. I hadn't spoken to Ellen in years, and I feel that the stories that need to be listened to are being told. And unfortunately, the abusive environment was something that I understood. What happened was that I was, through the circumstances, shut out from things that I cared about. And in order to make her feel that she was being loved, I would erase those things from my past, such as acting, and replace them with things that I thought would give her a foundation. As we got further and further away from me being able to be in public the way that would please, I began getting further and further away from my friends and my friendships. And one of the things that concerned me very much was that I was beginning to feel shut off and shut down and shut away. And I told Ellen that I needed to have friends. She said she did not want to have a girlfriend that needed that. And that is the day I left.
Okay, now if you guys don't remember, a year or two ago, there was this big, huge like drama and whispers and chatter and tweets that it is rumored that Ellen was impossible to work for. She was a horrible person, a horrible boss. And we all have seen the Ellen show, right? She comes out dancing. She's all like a good time. She looks like the most amazing person ever. When I was on a television show or a movie set years ago, okay, me, myself, I like to ask a lot of questions. I had people hooking me up with mics and audio and all that. And I would always ask them like, what's it like working for this person? What's it like working for that person? And I asked them what it was like working for the Kardashians. They said they were absolutely stunning in real life, that they were so sweet, I said, well, who is different, okay? The people that they named, and this was years ago, was Dr. Phil. They said Dr. Phil behind the scenes, he is mean. And I don't know if I want to believe that or not. It might be true, whatever. But Ellen, and I said, Ellen, no way. And they said Ellen was the worst, that she would not even allow her employees to look her in the eyes, that she was so evil and hard and hardcore. And then when she would go out on stage, she would smile and give away stuff. But as soon as she came off the stage, she was like a witch. I don't know her.
Anne Heche's death has sparked a whirlwind of conspiracy theories, and it's not hard to see why. The circumstances surrounding her accident were deeply strange, especially considering she was not under any external influence at the time. As people dig deeper, whispers began to surface about her involvement in matters that Hollywood's higher-ups would rather keep quiet. This perspective perfectly sums up a lesser-discussed angle that some believe might explain Anne's untimely demise. Anne had been working with Indiana Congresswoman Jackie Walorski on a documentary about child exploitation in Hollywood. Tragically, Jackie was also killed in a car accident the same week. I distinctly remember Anne ranting about how difficult it was to get her work published at the time, with helicopters frequently circling her house. It seems Anne had an inkling of what was going on. When she found out about Jackie's death, it must have sent chills down her spine. The odd reports surrounding Anne's condition also raised eyebrows. CNN initially reported that Anne was in critical condition, then suddenly updated the story to say she was recovering. A quick Google search reveals an eerie coincidence. Both Anne Heche and Jackie Walorski died the same weekend. While it could be just a strange twist of fate, these details feed into the growing web of conspiracy theories. What's even more unsettling is the fact that both Anne Heche and Jackie Walorski died in bizarre car accidents, and neither were under the influence or behaving erratically at the time. These parallels only deepen the mystery. Is it a coincidence? Perhaps, but for many, it feels like there's more lurking beneath the surface. As